In this Jedi Survivor video, I will be showing you a comparison between the final game and the trailers that did come out before release. Before I do share with you some extra details, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future news updates and tips and tricks for this game. So as you can see, I'm going through the entire story in chronological order, comparing the trailers that we got pre-release to the final game. I do want to make you aware that the footage for the final game is playing without the first two patches that came out before the game released due to time. I just don't have 20 or so hours to go through the entire story again. This video has already taken me several days to sync up frame by frame the clips. I also didn't have motion blur or ray tracing on when I played through the game for the first time. I was also playing on PC at all settings on high. I will now go through the changes that I wanted to highlight the most. There are some obvious ones, such as the teaser trailer just had scenes that straight up are completely different to what we got in the game. They are still in the game, but are quite different from what we first saw. For example, the Senator is in his office on Coruscant, whereas he greets Cal just outside of his yacht. There is a lot less use of depth of field throughout the cutscenes in this game. The most common change throughout the cutscenes, though, is the lighting, whether it be the actual lights being on or off, lights being different, and the temperature change. Some scenes are warmer. You will notice that the trailers do have a slightly different colour in some cases because they've probably used colour correction specifically for that trailer and was never in the final game. BD1 has more dirt and marks on him in the final game as opposed to the trailers. Some shots in the trailers are just flipped completely, such as Cal falling or the Mantis crashing. The Mantis landing gear is not present in this crash in the final game either. Some plants have been moved or completely removed. Cal's buckle on his shoulder was changed in the final game compared to some shots in the trailers. The ground and props outside the cantina and Doma's shop changed quite a bit. There are less rocks on the ground, but there is a stall cover now. Also, cloth is on the Jedi chamber entrance in the final game. There's just little environmental details that have changed over time, which is cool to see. Kobo is not the only planet to receive environmental changes. Another character that has received way more dirt, damage, and marks is Ravis. You can see on his armour that there's just way more scuffs happening, paint chipped away, marks here and there. His right shoulder pad was moved down a little bit. The walls have some changes, plus the floating balloon in the background was replaced with one of the fan grapple objects. The destruction was changed in the Wampa scene. There was also a control panel and other backed parts added in the final game missing from the trailers. You will notice that not all of the animations sync up correctly because there are some animations that are long and shorter, plus the trailers were mostly released in 30 frames per second and my recording is in 60. The crossguard saber was also just a placeholder model. What I will say is that a bunch of the scenes do look better, but others look worse. That's just the nature of game development. Some stuff is going to be down to artistic reasons, but others may be down to performance and optimization. They just had to make things a little bit worse because that area just had worse frame rates. Of course, this game still does need some performance improvements, especially on PC. I would love to hear your thoughts on anything in this video, so do let me know down in the comment section below. I will leave you with the remainder of the comparison clips to play out. And if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like to help support the channel. Subscribe so you don't miss any future videos like this one, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.
Destroyer droids. Healed. Not now that we have this.
Seems our destinies are in. Die.
let the galaxy. You are a failure.
Dial it in.